Your face.
I wonder if it was too close. But maybe you're right. Yeah. What's the song?
No. They're doing.
I think it's meant to be fuzzy. Thanks for the shot there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Been like,
This morning, my clutch went out, so. Bigger.
ooh.
Yeah, so.
One more minute, 11:05. All right, 11:05, we'll get going. Welcome to Market Monday. Decent crowd here. So, of course, the new data for January probably will be out, I hope, in 5 or 6 days. So the next Market Monday, we'll have the new 2023 data in. The slide deck currently does have last year's work sometimes, if it doesn't, what it does. Try this again. So, yeah, okay. So the first of the slides, again, I'm gonna go through them really quickly because we've been having these same slides for the last month. These are just the end of the year, beginning to fall in prices. You can see in there Raleigh and Charlotte in there, 2.4, 2.5, 2.4%, around the 3% mark. And again, here's the map. The prediction from Moody's, the peak of prices to what the bottom is. If you look at the color code, that forecast was about 10%. That they feel, right? And now what are you guys hearing in the economy? Soft landing, hard landing? Which one is it gonna be? I don't know, right? The job reports came out last week. That report showed what? There was a bunch of jobs. Unemployment is still at a record low, 3.5%, which pretty much virtually is not the unemployment at all. So that was off the thought of the Fed before that, reduced by a quarter point because they thought it was going to be a softer landing. With the job report coming out, I don't know. Just don't know what's gonna happen. But if you did know, what would you do? I don't know. Make a big bet. So this discussion about what's gonna happen in the economy, you're gonna hear good news, you're gonna hear bad news. It's the same thing we'll be talking about, right? All right, here's KWI and regional numbers. They mirror each other. Again, this is end of the year last year. What you're seeing is again off by about 35 to 40%. 37.1 for KWI, 37.9. Now recently, we're starting to see an uptick. You'll see this in our local numbers here when we get to them. Okay, but these are units closed. So units closed across the country have been declining. Also mirrored in our area, when you look, again, this is year to date, I'm gonna go month over month for December, you can see 20 units sold 29.6% down as of the end of December, last December. This December was past December compared to December 2021. Check it out, the year right? So off 30%. Here's the inventory numbers. The price range breakdowns, in case you're working with someone in a certain price range. Who here has recently put on a listing? Good activity, bad activity, what you got?
Yeah.
Slow?
Yeah, I had one for 129 and multiple 7 offers. Under contract in 4 days.
You still see the demand, Adam just put his house on the market. He's already got multiples on it, he basically can't go home for about a week. So, that's what he does, I'm just hanging out. You may see him sleeping in the office, I'm not sure. But we're still seeing that demand. One of the reasons why is when we get to the local numbers, again, we pull this every 7 days. 326 listings came on the market, 212 price decreases, 279 under contract. Remember that gap between new listings and due diligence grew to well over 100 at some point toward the end of the year. And now we see that gap decreasing. We also see withdrawals expired, 61 expired last week. It's pretty high, right? Pretty high compared to single digit expireds from what we're used to when the market is hot. And this is what you see. Supply still coming down for the last 4 weeks. Right? 2,500, 2,400, now we're at 2,391 was the number today. Number of actives today, as of this morning. Right? You couple that with what's going under due diligence. Supply coming down, number of under contracts came down last week, back up to 279 this week. 279 in the last 7 days, and that is Monday to Sunday, that's the date, right? And that's in the entire MLF. Numbers of green from mirror that same thing. If you pull that data inside the MLS, you're gonna see that. So if you're working with a seller or you're talking with people that are selling or seeing home flipping activity, if you want to go on the market as a seller, of course, works better for you if there's less number of homes in the market, which you have that right now. Works better for you if there's higher demand, which you have right now. Back to if you're selling, put it on the market. Get on the market, because how long will this last? I don't know. I don't know again, but it's still a great time to sell. Okay? Total number of showings, which of course, that's what another measure of demand. You can see every week it's been creeping up. Back to almost 6,000 showings. When's the last time we had 6,000? It's like September. Guys have buyers come out of the woodwork that couldn't buy before. Able to get financing, able to get VA, FHA, those types of loans, able to get some closing costs paid. I'm hearing that happen a lot, right? So it's coming back toward that way, right? You guys have received offers? Were there a lot of cash offers or yet? Any cash offers on your property floor? Yeah, so cash offers?
2 of them,
2 out of,
a whole bunch of FHA came out.
okay,
Out of the 7, and, conventional, a big due diligence, by the way, still big due
when you
diligence.
say big, what's big?
On $129,000, $7,000 due diligence.
7,000 is not 20. Yeah, I know, 7,000 is still, that's steep for a first time home buyer.
Yep.
All right,
And ended up being a conventional that was accepted.
okay,
Yeah, not a cash.
okay.
I'm not-
Adam, your house, have you got some offers on it? Any cash offers?
Apparently there's some on the way.
Okay,
I mean, I've got some offers, but if they say there's a cash offer coming out, he's gonna get. So on the latest,
What
we'll
I've,
see if he comes today.
yeah, what I've seen is cash offers lower than asking price.
yeah,
Because cash people think that they have leverage. Remember this time last year, we had cash offers over asking price.
over asking price, big deposits, take as is, haven't ever seen it, yeah, all
Yeah,
that
so,
stuff.
so the cash buyers think they still have leverage. They think that they have leverage, they think that they can put a price under asking price. They can put an offer under asking price. That's what they're thinking right now. As opposed to this time last year.
Correct, yeah, okay, I can see that.
So,
So many cash offers at listing price? You know, at one point, I think back to when we were used to seeing fewer cash offers, right? Cash offers looked at how close would you need to get to asking price or now over asking price in order for them to accept it on that. Right? But showings are up, of course. Here's the price range breakdown. God, look at that. 200, 250. That's the peak right there. Over 1,000 showings last week in MLS in that price range. In that 129, what's that, 600? Upper price ranges? Coming down. Right? There you go, there's the price range right down. Total showings is hidden. So it's total. 200 and 250, 1,176 showings, 250 to 300, 927, then it almost drops in half, 300 to 350 is 560, 350 to 400, 452, 400 to 450, 191, 450 to 500, 216. And then it kind of goes off a cliff above that $500,000 price range, 91.73, it's only no more in the hundreds, right?
And, so look, I'm getting ready to list a 400. Interesting, the 400 to 449 and 450 to 500.
191 and
Not
216.
much discrepancy there.
No,
Isn't that interesting? So that gives me a little bit.
that was a crossover. I mean, when you could, you're buying a house, I would say, you go from, I can only afford $10,000, you jump to $10,000 in price of someone else. When you go to that, I mean, what are you talking, 25 or $50,000, maybe more? For that kind of person? Remember, this too is only a snapshot of 1 week. Too. So there's still decent demand. I mean, if there's a couple of hundred showings and it's, I mean, that's a good thing. Like if you're selling a house that's over $1 million, or 24 people, 24 showings, that could not, doesn't mean 24 people, it's 24 showings, right?
Are those repeat showings?
I don't know. It doesn't break down that data for me. It doesn't show you like, it's the same agent. You wouldn't even know. You would only know if it's the same agent. That doesn't mean, and even if it's the same agent, you know it's the same buyer, right? Because the buyer, the agent had multiple buyers.
Yes, no, repeats. So that's very.
But I mean, the thought is that there's more activity in that range. There's more people considering it too, right? All right. These are slides from 72 sold and national data. And of course, they're going to mirror a lot of the things that we talk about, right? This is the end of December in Charlotte. That's the one place in North Carolina here. Units sold down 37.7%. Again, you saw that in the KWRI numbers. You saw it in the regional numbers. Almost 40% down in units sold compared to a year before, right? This is what they feel the appreciation rate is going to be, is going to have existing home sales. Available single family homes for sale. Right, again, we are the same. Inventory right now is starting to point downwards. I don't know what the spring is gonna do. Right? But I guess too, like how many guys have you been talking to that are gonna put their house on the market sooner? Waiting? No, maybe, right?
You think people aren't putting their house in the market because they're afraid they're not going to find another house?
Potentially. Right? I think there's a, like, what are you hearing if someone wants to sell a house and worried about it? One is the interest rate. In other words, this is a recession caused by, I have a 2 or 3% rate. And if I sell my house and I got to go buy right now that rate is what? Under 6? Under 6 right now, right? So, I mean, which is not, again, it's in the 5s. It went into the 5s last week. It's not a bad rate, but it's could be double what I have.
Yeah.
Right? Also,
619 today.
619 a day, all right, so it's been hovering around that 6 mark. And more going under it than it has been going higher. Again, that was last week. Right?
I also feel like in general, if somebody flipped the switch off, suddenly everybody wants to list their home. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. I mean, it's not 5 listings in January. All of a sudden, like.
It's the time to do it.
Yeah.
It is. Especially, I mean, for a while, everything was turning down, right? Prices were turning downward, activity was turning downward. Under contracts and it's turning down. Now it's kind of, it's starting to go up a little bit. Right? Contract ratio for single family homes is 53, up from 50 last week. Contract ratio equals number of pending divided by active times 100. So again, a tick up. Demand and mortgage rates, we just talked about that. You said 6.19, current mortgage rate is 6.18. This is the end. So it's been hovering right there. Price reductions, which you've seen, when we look back at that, market watch snapshot, what do you see? 200-ish price reductions. So the key component is, yes, you're still gonna get more, but you gotta get it to the right price. You gotta get it to the right price, right? When you would have those listings, are you starting to see competition? There's other houses sitting on the market, right? Which was unheard of. Remember, a while back ago, you were like the only one a lot of times.
And I would say a lot of these equipments going on, they're like expires and withdrawals. That they are,
Big discussion about correct price, big discussion around staging. Don't have a stager now, go find one. What's Gene River say? You gotta put lipstick on that thing. That's what I said. Gotta put lipstick on that thing. Get it sold, right? And staging does, I mean, it matters a lot. It's a lot for me to say that. Right? Here we go, that's where we're at, still a little skeptical. That's why you're starting to see mixed supplies down, demand is up, new listing asking prices are up, Goldman Sachs is wrong. This is Goldman Sachs slide, right? You'll have this slide there.
you guys said these to us, right?
Yeah, let me put this on the Facebook page. Whatever. Real estate news again, we talked about this. We got a couple of settlements, that little Clear Cooperation Act thing is still under. There was a settlement with NAR about that. The other big thing too is there's a huge settlement on the do not call list. So we're going to be having a class on the do not call list. You make sure you have the ability to look up that number, you go set up the website, go look, and make sure that number is not on that list. Okay? Any questions? Takeaways. Number of actives. These are numbers I would remember, right? Couple things. 2391. I mean, out on the market in our tried and all that as a got the A box one. Phone number due diligence 279, same time. Right? Compared to last week, what has happened? Supply is down. Just a little bit, 2440, 2391, but it's been trending down over the last month. Again, it's good for sellers. So the due diligence is more activity, more houses going under contract. So now you're equipped to talk about the market, because you know those numbers, 2391, 279, remember those two. Write them down, write them on your hand, you look at your hand, and talk. Any questions? We'll get the slide deck out to you guys. Hey, you might be able to sit outside today. That might stir up some more buyers, that might stir up some more sellers, right? Make it a great day.
For the